you're streaming, but okay.
Okay, yep, back online. Testing. The reason I'm streaming is because just staring at a computer screen for hours talking to nobody and working on a project is like really weird. So like I pretend that there's other people around, and because just staring at a computer screen for hours talking to nobody. Oh, whoops! Let me disable the sound from the streaming route. So if I pretend there's other people, it's easier to work. It's kind of like those people who talk to a photo or talk to a skull or something when thinking through things.
All right, I guess, sure. Oh, garbage can.
Oh, do you need it back?
Yeah.
Alrighty, what if we just assign these variables to nothing? Then will that still cause the weird problem? No, that doesn't. It's only when you read the variable. WTF? What in the world? Maybe it's the side of print to size. What if I do serial print number instead? Okay, that causes a problem. Now, if I do this, still runs into the problems. The problem isn't with print to size. What could possibly be causing this? Doesn't look like something's out of memory, because that probably would have thrown an exception anyway. That's all working fine. Now let's see what happens if this still causes the problem. Yes, it does. Okay, what if it instead we read the duplicate values? Three 34 33 14. that is perfectly fine. Doesn't cause any problems. So I guess I can just deal with the duplicate values instead. But do these ever exceed 1,000? Apparently not. Oh, also, not today, but you'll get a kick out of this device.
Out of what?
This device, once you have time.
Okay.
X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z initial. Let's just see what it is when you flip over. Blah, blah. What are the specs in the ADXL 355 again? I mean 335?
Did I tell you how proud I am of you guys taking the initiative to do your own business?
Well, we haven't actually started yet.
I know, but
Well,
still,
like,
to figure out, to do the funding and to do that kind
remember,
of
you're still on streaming,
yeah,
which someone might watch eventually.
I'm impressed. I'm just very proud of you for being such a go-getter.
It's being properly raised and trained, remember. Like, because, Mom, I've said this a lot of times, but, like, usually you fall into one of two camps. Like, there's the tiger parents who... Yeah, also you raised us to be really tall. You've got the tiger parents who, like, tell your kids, do exactly this, but have very little initiative, which is why, statistically, Asians are, while there's a huge number of, like, doctors and lawyers and engineers and stuff,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of Asian CEOs, in the U.S. at least.
Right. But that's
And
probably
then-
because of the glass ceiling, too.
Well, that too, but you don't see a lot of that in tech, at least in startups and such. And then, but on the other hand, blah, blah, we've been over this before.
Yeah. But still, I just want to let you know that I am really, really proud of you. And I was telling Akong a little bit about what you're doing because I don't know very much. But, you know, and he's just, same thing, just so impressed with you guys, both of you. And
Well,
so am I.
The other thing is, Mom, is because we don't need to worry about college debts and stuff, we can take risks like this.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we end up at zero, not at huge negative something.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, there's a lot of just opportunities. But
Sure,
then
but
again,
still,
after
it's
like
initiative.
October, after like the Halloween party, compared to like other.
Yes, yes. I'm just, I want to brag to everybody about
But you don't
guys.
have to. They notice.
Yeah, they do. But Akong is a great one. Not even MPE, but Akong is a really good one because he is just so proud. And he's the one person who would be like just as proud and excited as I am. Okay? And he would be like, yes, you know, just there's a few people that it doesn't sound like you're bragging, you know?
Yeah, because like Agong has been working on starting his own thing for a while too, and also because he did do the whole drag himself up by his bootstraps ridiculous amounts, and
Right.
we're just trying to continue that to the next logical step.
Yeah. And so definitely, you know, he is just so in awe of you guys about, you know, I mean, but a lot of it really is the initiative. You know, it's one thing to be smart and to just plod along and do your life and be a good person.
Yeah.
It's another to have the initiative. So, I'm just, you know, I just want to let you know that it really is.
Glad you approve.
Yeah, I am. I want to just tell everybody, you know. Like,
Also, I haven't.
I try to plug it in everywhere I can. Like, look, I'm doing it. And the other thing is also that you're, even if you don't get the funding that you want, okay? Even if you don't get
Oh, if we don't get it, we're still going to be able to continue working on this for several
Right.
months because it's so low budget.
Right. But even if you don't, I mean, I don't think you're going in it for I think you're going in it for the expertise that other people can give you more than the,
It's the expertise and the community, especially. The
Right.
community's really the part
Yes,
that we're looking
that,
for. More than the
exactly.
expertise, actually.
But not necessarily the funding. You know,
Mhm.
like, yeah, you can do it on your shoestring, budget or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's not what you're getting from this. But
Mhm.
also the fact that Matthew told me, that you're telling me, it's the funding. It's like getting into Oxford. It's like
No,
getting-
Oxford is nothing compared to this.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's getting into the top just to be seen, to get
Mm-hmm.
the interview
Yeah.
is huge, and so that's what we're so proud of. you
That
for.
is Matthew's job. Like,
Mhm.
I build this stuff, or I'm building this stuff,
right.
but almost the entire application was Matthew. He can get into anything. He could
Mhm.
get into the space program if he wanted to.
Right, but the two of you together with your strengths, each one of your strengths,
Yeah.
that's where it works really well.
Yeah.
And you get along too.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good balance of skills. I kind of don't want to get in for two reasons. The first one, like, yes, it's the most competitive program in the world. Like, this is kind of the intensity of Navy SEALs training
Mm-hmm.
with the intelligence requirement of Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just read a book on Navy SEALs training, and it's amazing.
Don't do
But-
that. Don't do that.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. It's like stupidly dangerous, and you don't get to learn and like
Anyway,
there's
go
stuff I want
on.
to work on.
So this.
You don't get paid nearly enough for the amount of stuff you go through on it.
Uh-huh.
What was I talking about? I forget.
Not
Getting in. So for two reasons. The first one is because I really want to do this China trip,
Right.
and I'll be able to work on stuff very similar to this while there, and be able to continue my education, which I wouldn't. I have to put my education off on this, and also I really want to do the China trip while I'm young. And if this takes off, it's going to be a few years before I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If I do the China trip, I can go right back to doing this as soon as I get back,
Mm-hmm.
and be actually better at it. But the other reason is I kind of want to spend a year on my own learning the skills that'll help me on this kind of thing. Which right now I have some of them, but I'm not like super, super good at all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also for Matthew to develop some tech skills. Because if we can get Matthew doing engineering on something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm up to speed with the stuff I need to work on, then we'll be completely unstoppable. Right now we're just as good as the others around.
Mm-hmm. But still, just to get the interview
Uh-huh.
is
That's insane. I still kind of don't really believe it.
yeah. So and it looks like it's a 10-minute interview. You go down there for 10 minutes and
Yeah, they're paying about $1,000 to fly us down. We've invested about $900 in this so far. About $300 it was just me wasting money for speed. So we've really invested like $600 in this, maybe, give or take. And that's enough so that I can do Arduino stuff for the rest of my life. Like, this is an investment that'll pay off on other things too. And they've already put more than that just in order to talk to us in person for 10 minutes with something they could just as easily do over Skype.
right. But there's something to be said for face-to-face interaction. It's so
True.
different, incredibly different. So,
I guess if you're from the old world.
but what if you do get this? Are you both going to go down, or you're going to go down?
We're both going down.
He's going to take a semester off.
Probably 2. He's going to take a year off.
Okay, so he'll just postpone his last 2 years, last 2 quarters.
Yeah, so we've already discussed this. Like, obviously I'm going down.
Right.
We've discussed what this would mean to his future, and the things he's going into, he wants to do right now is graduate school.
Right.
And in order to get into the best, and right now the important thing is getting into the grad school program of his choice. And when you're people who are picking folks for graduate programs, it's not like an undergrad where you just check the boxes.
Mhm.
It's more of we want someone who can do something that no one's done before.
Mhm.
And by doing this,
Yeah, it'll
succeed or
demonstrate.
fail, yeah.
Mhm.
If we fail at doing this, it still demonstrates that he's done something no one's done before. And if we succeed at this, he's not doing a graduate program anytime soon.
Right. Right.
Like,
but he
it's not
has to
gonna be
finish his
worthwhile.
undergrad, though.
He'll go back to it later. Like
Mhm.
that's kind of the tradition.
Right. Okay.
And like he knows he knows enough people at the UW
Yeah.
that he can get back into the undergrad
Right.
and finish that up.
Right. Okay. So yeah, because what I was reading about their website is that they really want all of the founders to be down there, and I think it would detract from you doing the information secondhand to him,
Mhm.
as opposed to him going to those dinners. I'm jumping ahead, but what
Uh-huh.
what I'm reading is that it makes more sense for both of you to get the knowledge and the interaction firsthand.
It does, and we wouldn't be allowed into this program if we weren't doing that.
They said you could leave one person behind or something like that. But it doesn't make sense with when it's just the two of you.
And I think that leaving one person behind is a very exceptional case that they would only allow if, say, you need someone in China because you're doing this international business.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so exciting.
Yes.
Also, that was entirely on the stream.
Oh.
Alrighty, ADXL 335. Oh, so actually, you know what? Before you get started on it, I really want to show you this because I think you'll like it.
Okay. Hang on, let me just wash my hands here.
Okie dokie.
Got a dirty egg in my hand.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
learning Chinese is going to be useful for the stuff we're doing
Yeah.
because on half the data sheets I run into, some of them include another language, and that other language is Chinese.
Yeah.
中文数据手册.
So what do you want to show me?
So this thing, I think you'll absolutely love this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the Pulpacy.
Whoa.
And yes, we're still on stream, but whatever. So,
Then stop it.
no, this is more fun. So, okay, so Arduino. This is programming if you want to just build something real. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all these wires, so the way it works is this is your chip. Plug it in via USB.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to plug it in this programs and powers the thing. If you want to just power it, you can plug something into here, which you can go straight to a wall outlet or a battery, whatever you want. Really easy. Okay? All of these things, you see these little ports there and ports there?
Yeah.
Those are digital outputs. They're on, off, and can transmit information by going on, off really fast.
Okay.
Over here are some analog input ports, right over here. The analog in, that's for if you want to read a voltage on a scalable level between 0 and 5. So if something isn't digital, it doesn't have a built-in computer, you can plug something into this. This is for stuff like analog thermostats. Then there's a few other things like ground and plus 5 volts and plus 3 volts. Mm-hmm. That's for powering stuff. All really simple. This is called a breadboard. It's how you connect wires. Because tying wires together is really inconvenient.
Yeah.
So if you look at this.
Plug it in.
Yep, these are all connected. These
And
are all
they-
connected.
Oh.
And you can guess how the power rails work too.
Hmm.
See?
Okay.
So you want to connect 2 wires, you just go like that. And you get a bunch of these that are really easy to deal with too. It's basically Legos.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Huh.
And this right here is a light that you can make flash on and off really easy. I'm not going to take it apart because I'm in the middle of working on something right now.
Right.
But usually the way you start is you just get the board, you get the Arduino, you get one breadboard, you plug in 2 power rails, and then you just start with a single blinking light. You just plug into both ends. This is an LED, by the way. Super efficient. Ridiculous. And all the stuff for this is super, super cheap. And there you go. You can, because this thing's really, really built to be easy, normally when you're building one of these things, you have to put a resistor in line with the LED to keep from shorting it out.
Yeah.
But you can just plug this in because this has so much built-in safety systems. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Then that's for the simple stuff. If you want to go to a little more complicated stuff that does more things, you can just connect a bunch of these to a bunch of those on a chip. Same with this. And it does some magic stuff for you. Now let's take a look at this. This is what I'm working on right now. It's a lot more complicated than it looks, don't worry.
Uh-huh.
Okay? This is super
It
complicated.
looks complicated.
This is super complicated because I'm doing something complicated right now. Let's look at this and start out really, really easy, okay? So first of all, you can ignore this. This is something I do because I'm a hacker. You can ignore this, okay? And this is just output. This says whatever you want it to say. So you can ignore both of these for the moment too, okay?
And none of it makes sense to me.
No. Don't worry about it. None of this should make sense to you yet, okay? So let's
Are you trying to teach me something?
No, I'm showing you how easy this is. So this is really all you need to start with.
This is like me telling you, oh, look, Joe, this is how to bake a cake. This is how easy it is.
Yeah, baking a cake is easy. All you got to do is follow the instructions. So, I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure that's all there is to it. So, this is really all there is, okay? This is everything that matters.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a comment, so this doesn't actually matter. And this is a comment, too, so this doesn't actually matter either.
Right.
Okay? So here you go. Simple enough?
No!
Okay.
Never mind.
So-
No, you can't. My brain is too old to learn
No.
this.
You can learn this. It's fine. So, ignore everything except for these two lines. These two bits, okay?
Okay.
So, also ignore the void. It doesn't matter either. And ignore the parentheses. It doesn't matter either. All that matters is the setup and the two curly brackets. Can you follow that so far?
Okay.
Okay. So the setup is what this thing does when you turn it on. And then loop is what it does all the time after it's been set up. So it runs setup code once, and then it does loop over and over again. Got it?
Until you come out of the loop.
No, it just does that forever.
Well, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, but that's what makes it easy. Boring is easy. You want to make the stuff as boring as possible because then it's easy.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So what you might do is you might say setup, turn on, say, port number 5.
Okay.
Okay? And then in loop, you go, say, every second, turn it off, and then turn it off for 1 second, and then turn it on for 1 second.
Okay.
And now you have a blinking light.
Oh.
And that's it.
Okay.
So if we wanted to do that, I'm not going to program this because it might short out some stuff here. But if you want to do that, all you do is like,
Put it in there.
yeah, so let's say pin mode, ready pin, output. So that right there is a bunch of complicated stuff that you don't actually need. That's just me doing proper form. But you do something like pin mode, pin 4. That would be digital pin 4. Okay. Output means set it as output because these can either read data or set them to data.
Okay, you've lost me now.
Okay. So each pin can either
I'm gonna opt out.
Oh.
I'm sure you understand it, and I'm sure I don't understand it.
Well, you're busy right now. I
Yeah.
understand.
It looks fascinating, and I would love to just like be able to do it, but I'd have to start from. I should probably just like start from beginning electronics and beginning coding, like code.org or
Well,
something. You know, like to even understand any of this.
Oh, I just turned it off.
No.
Well, yeah. So there's really two directions you can go. And one's beginning electronics, the other one's beginning software.
Yeah.
You might actually like. Here's something else you might like for software.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is if you just want stuff to do magic.
To do magic.
Whoops. Da-da-da-da-da. Hang on, I need to shut off the stream for a moment while I need to shut off the stream for a moment while I open up my passwords.
Okay. Probably a good idea.